Welcome back to ETBU Extra. Dylan Augustine will be our guest in just a moment, but always glad to welcome head Tiger softball coach Janae Shirley into the program. And Coach, let's talk a little bit softball. When was the last time you got to play a softball game?
Oh, forever. It's been several weeks.
It's been a while. In case you've not known, in Marshall, Texas, we have had snow, we've had ice, we've had rain, and it's kind of wiped out the Chapman series, and then you had a series this weekend that was not able to play. So how do you, as a coach, keep your team working out? What do y'all do?
Well, we have the opportunity to go indoors. Yesterday, we were able to go outdoors for a little bit. I'm really getting a feel for what it's like to be up north and deal with what they deal with on a regular basis. But it's just making sure that we get something done when we do go indoors and staying sharp with what we do. So
I know the Chapman game that you had scheduled was your strikeout cancer game, and you had a lot of activities planned for that day. But I noticed on Twitter that you moved everything indoors. Kind of tell me, even though you get to play the game, but you still were able to do some education of people concerning breast awareness and strikeout cancer and what the whole weekend meant.
Yeah, Angela Gonzalez with Breast Cancer Charities of America and former ETBU alumni. She came and she went indoors with us, and she gave her presentation to both teams and kind of gave them some information that would be helpful for, prevention and, different things about their organization. So we still got something out of it for sure.
Visiting with Janae Shirley, the head softball coach at ETBU, have not played a game since February 14th, but looking forward to traveling to Belton to play Mary Hardin Baylor this weekend. And the good thing is Belton has not had the type of weather we've had,
Right.
so have you looked at the forecast to see what it's going to be like for Friday and Saturday?
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be okay. I know they're getting some weather right now, and in the morning they're supposed to get a little rain. But I talked to the coach, and it looks like we're going to be able to get them in. So I know my kids are just excited to play.
All right. Let's bring up the subject everybody's been talking about, Tiger basketball. I know you were there, your husband Guy was there, your kids were there. Talk about the atmosphere, you being a different coach in the program, just watching what played out this past weekend as the Tigers won the American Southwest Conference Championship.
Well, throughout the season, it's been just really fun to watch the men's basketball team play. They, you can tell that they're just something special, that's for sure. They actually remind me a lot of our 2010 national championship team. They every game with that team, it seemed like somebody else was stepping up, and that's what we've seen with the Tiger basketball team. They just every game it's somebody different. They play hard, they play for each other, and it's exciting to watch a team that's like that. They definitely have the magic, and they're fun to cheer for, and people they've really increased our school spirit by a lot and gotten the whole community involved in ETB athletics, and so we're very thankful for the situation that they've put our athletic program in.
I've been talking to a few folks, and Coach Bill Galloway, who's here with you, he's softball coach, he told me the weekend that we played Hardin-Simmons in basketball felt like a D1 atmosphere at Ornelas Gymnasium. But this past week in the ASC, it kind of got even further into that type of atmosphere. Kind of explain to me what it means to players when so many fans come out to support a team.
Well, with our program, something that we preach a lot is like getting excited for each other, because it's hard to go out there and hit a home run and have nobody excited for you, and just how how you feel like through energy and through excitement you can do more. And I think it carries over with the fans. The more energy and excitement you feel in that arena or on that field, the easier it is to play hard and know that you have all these people behind you. It's and that's one thing about this basketball team. They go hard. They play like, I'm shocked that they're able to walk off the court at the end of the game. I was telling Coach West the other day, Junior Mitchell is one of my favorite players to watch, just because he literally plays as hard as he can all the time, and he definitely does his job. And there's tons of kids on that team that do that. And, I think a lot of that has to do with the types of players they are, but it also has to do with the energy that people around them have brought, whether it be their teammates or the fans in the stands. And, it's been really exciting to watch them play. And I think it's been good for our program, because it gets our kids excited about the same stuff.
That's one thing I've noticed all year, and it started kind of like last year. Every athletic team seems to be in the stands rooting for the other team, whether it's softball watching a baseball game, or softball watching a basketball game, or our football players coming to watching the softball game. That's kind of a neat thing to happen at a school like ETBU, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think it definitely takes athletes supporting athletes to to figure out what kind of athletic culture we're trying to create here at ETBU. And I think, you know, men's basketball is helping to do that, create winners and create championships and supporting each other. And it does. It takes everybody on the same page to be able to get that done.
Well, Coach Janae, Shirley, our guest here on ETB Extra. The Tiger basketball team has never played in an NCAA tournament game. You've won a national championship. You've been back last year at 2014. Kind of explain to me some of the emotions that players are going through right now, or kind of the stress they could be feeling because they're going into the national arena, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, it's a totally different emotion. You know, you set your goals on one thing, and whether that be like making the conference tournament or, you know, winning the conference championship, and then it's like you start over. You start a whole new season, and, you know, I think that's definitely the approach that you have to take, is that it's, you know, right now it's survive and advance. It's playing each game like it's your last, and, you know, being able to end that game and know that there's no regrets, and just getting up for it. And I don't think that this team will have any problems doing that. They seem to show up and get up for every game, and just take it for it was. They've set history at ETBU, and just keep rolling with that. Don't be satisfied with the conference championship. Just keep winning at home.
All right, we'll move back to softball, okay? You're back this weekend playing University of Mary Hardin Baylor. You haven't been played since beginning of February because of all the bad weather. I know you're just chomping at the bit, so to speak, to get your team out there and play. I mean, how forward are y'all looking forward to having some nice weather in Belton to play softball?
Oh my gosh, we're so excited. You know, it's so hard to start off your season one weekend and then have such a layoff until you play again, and so it's almost like we're starting all over. But our kids are excited. We really haven't had a chance to play much, so we're excited to see what this team is capable of doing and figure out what makes this team tick and how we're going to win. And so, you know, we're excited to get that started.
Lady Tigers softball 3-0 in the season so far. They have a weekend series against University of Mary Hardin Baylor in Belton Friday and Saturday. Hopefully the weather will be fine. Coach, any final thing you want to say before we bring the next person on ETB Extra?
Well, just good luck to the Tigers this weekend.
All across the board.
All
Tiger
across
tennis,
the board.
Tiger softball, Tiger baseball,
Yeah.
and Tiger basketball. Coach Shirley, always a pleasure to have you on the show, and good to
Thank
see
you.
you, my friend. All right, been visiting with Janae Shirley, the head softball coach at East Texas Baptist University. Coming up next on ETB Extra, we will have Dylan Augustine, our next guest. Of course, Dylan is a member of the Tiger basketball team. More from CC's Pizza in Marshall, Texas on ETB Extra in just a moment.
Is thought